What's up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for another edition of GWP Wrestling News, where we catch up with all the latest news going on in the world of wrestling. This is our midweek catch up, all the deep dive and major talk. Come check out the podcast on Sunday, live, 7 p.m. Central Time, right here on YouTube. All right. So, uh, today we're going to be looking into what is going on with Corey Graves. We possibly have an update on Malachi Black. We've got some news about WWE and TNA's partnership, and we've got some rumors. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, WrestleZone here has reported an update on Malachi Black finishing up with AEW and WWE's interest. Uh, A new report provides an update on Malachi Black finishing up with AEW and potentially returning to WWE. Black last wrestled for AEW at Full Gear in November. As previously reported, he was believed to be finishing up with AEW, with Mike Johnson, a PW insider, writing that Black was not expected to appear again on AEW programming. Though his contract wouldn't be up until February or March, Black has widely been expected to return to WWE. Dave Meltzer reported that there had been talk about Black in WWE creative recently. The Pro Wrestling Torch reported an update noting that Malachi Black's contract expiration date had been a point of contention as AEW added injury time to the deal. The report noted that Black recently pushed back on time being added, and sources said that the two sides either reached a deal or are working on one that would allow him to be a free agent soon. However, though the exact timeline is unclear, sources said that he won't be back. Um, Again, we've gone through this before with Malachi. This sounds like it may actually come to fruition, but this has happened several times with Malachi, and everybody says, "Oh, he's done with AEW and he's going back," and then he comes out on his social media and says, "I don't know how the rumors got started. I don't know who's saying it, but I obviously I'm not." And so, uh, honestly, until he either shows up somewhere or he jumps on his social media and says, "I'm done in AEW," it's all just going to be speculation because it's been so many times with Malachi Black, and I don't understand how it keeps happening. Um, Unfortunately, AEW is got way huge of a roster, so and there's too many big names. It's as odd as that sounds. There's no way to really use all of them. So somebody somewhere isn't going to get used. PW Torch reported that some of Black's colleagues in AEW were frustrated by the perception that he was resistant to doing business. This includes a reluctance to doing jobs and frequent claims of injuries. Additionally, it was noted that Black and Tony Khan never developed a rapport. Um, Again, uh, I'm just reading this article. This is right by WrestleZone. Like I said, we're not going to know what he's doing until he does it or comes out and says it because, uh, a lot of times we get the dirt sheets early and it's like, oh, okay, such and such is going to be at the Rumble. Uh, Malachi seems to kind of not fall in that because it's been many times since he joined AEW that everybody thought he was going back to WWE and he didn't. And he may be done with AEW, and he may not go to WWE. He may just kind of do his own thing, and who knows? Uh, but next up, WWE TNA forged pro wrestling partnership. So let's see what this is all about. This just came out today. So WWE and TNA Wrestling have struck a multi-year partnership that will see TNA pro wrestlers regularly appear on NXT programming and vice versa, WWE told ESPN on Thursday. TNA star Joe Hendry frequently appeared on NXT programming last year, culminating in an NXT championship match with Ethan Page at No Mercy. NXT is a developmental focused brand produced by WWE. Former TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace also appeared regularly on NXT programming. Several NXT wrestlers also appeared on TNA Wrestling, including Wes Lee, Charlie Dempsey, and Riley Osborne. So, very interesting. I know the rumors circulating was that the first signings announced this year would be Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace. I wonder if WWE will, instead of signing them over, utilize this partnership so they can use those, and they can utilize their NXT brand to help develop some of the others on TNA. And interesting the way this could work out. Now WWE may still, once Joe Hendry and Jordan's contracts are up, they may still sign them. I wouldn't blame them if they did, but now they don't necessarily have to, and they can still utilize them. So interesting to see where that's going to go. Moving on to the rumors, and this is Cage Side Seats rumor roundup. Let's see what all we got. Again, these are all just rumors that I'm going through right now. So, again, originally reported by SB Nation. I'm just reading their rumors of the day. So, on a recent Backstage Pass Q&A, WrestleVote said they've heard rumblings of a Tiffany Stratton-Charlotte Flair match at WrestleMania 41. We've been saying on the podcast for a few months now that that's probably the plan, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, you can see that coming a mile away. WrestleVotes also said WWE wasn't happy with last year's Hall of Fame ceremony, particularly how significant portions of the crowd left after Paul Heyman's acceptance speech. I was not aware of that. Votes isn't sure how this year will be different yet, but knows WWE is trying to come up with different ways to present everything. Okay. Regarding talk of WWE hosting a PLE in Mexico soon, WrestleVote says there's a very high possibility that happens in 2026. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. They've got some really good luchador talent to show off down there, and a lot of Hispanic culture in the company that they can bring with them to put on a heck of a show. So that I can see that happening for sure. Another one from Votes: WWE is shooting to have Tonga Loa back on TV around WrestleMania. Damn. I mean, it's not a long ways away, but it's still quite a ways. So interesting to see the dynamic when Tonga Loa does come back, because right now Tama Tonga is really chilling with Jacob Fatu. We don't know what Solo's going to do. And these two have just been wreaking havoc. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Tonga Loa. WWE has an idea of how long they want Raw on Netflix to be. Per Fightful Select, it's not known what the length is, but neither the premiere nor this week's show reflected the official runtime. No. And expect a heated discussion on the podcast this Sunday about the runtime, because there is reports that things were cut and people are upset about Penta because he took too long on his debut. The match went over, and then his promo took too long, so they had to cut something. Yet, instead of a 3-hour runtime, the show was only 2.5 hours. So there was no reason for any of that talk. But anyways, that'll be for a different time. The dogs are going to make this show tough, evidently. Both Fightful and PW Insider report the reason the January 13th Raw was timed for 2.5 hours was so WWE could put on dark matches after the Netflix stream ended and still allow people flying out that night time to get to the airport. All right. That was known and not a surprise to anyone backstage. Insider says while some talents were upset, other segments were trimmed after Penta went long. They weren't upset at Penta. So, and that's, again, this is rumors. So this is not fact, but I don't know. TNA is planning a live episode of Impact from Orlando on February 20th. Per Fightful Select, it won't be the start of a regular live broadcast, but Sean Ross Sapp's TNA sources tell him Impact will go live on special occasions when it makes sense for the company. Now we will check in real fast and see if there's anything else has popped up here. We just talked about that. Queen of the Ring trailer. Corey Graves misses another. So Corey Graves was removed from NXT and removed from Speed. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is a work? And is Corey Graves about to return to the ring? I'm interested to find out. They're saying that he may return to the ring at WrestleMania to fight Pat McAfee. I don't know. Again, that's rumor, but I'm wondering what's really going on with him. All right, not much else going on right now. So that's going to do it for this one. A little shorter than normal, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the show. If you want to hear more discussion about these topics and so much more, make sure you come join us on the podcast Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, talking all the wrestling craziness you can handle. We hope to see you there. We can stop staring at that. If you hadn't already, please smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below if you know any other rumors that we didn't get to, or what you think on the Corey Graves situation. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on those notification bells. Check out all of our other social media platforms. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Gladiator out. Oh,